Of the USHRA Association 1990 season that went on to win the World Championship. Gravedigger, Dennis Anderson's mean green machine that may be on its way to unseating the kings of the sport. For the first time, the world champ takes on the Digger. Stand by. ESPN, the world leader in motorsports coverage, presents Speed World.
Hi, everyone. I'm Chris Chapman at the State Fair Arena in Oklahoma City. You're going to have ringside seats as America's top mud racers get down and dirty for a chance at all the cash and glory that comes with winning a U.S. Hot Rod Championship.
Bigfoot, Barefoot, Gravedigger, First Blood. Every single big name in the world of monster truck racing is here at the Centrum in Worcester, Massachusetts. Hi, everybody. I'm Brett Kuppner, and get ready. This could be the ultimate showdown in the world of monster truck racing. Welcome to the 1991 Monster Truck Challenge Series. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Worcester, Massachusetts, and the arena known as the Centrum. We are getting ready for qualifying in this 8-truck monster truck field that could produce one of the greatest single short track events in this 1991 USHRA Association season. First up in the far lane, Ken Deppy and the Whiskey Business Chevrolet out of the Green Boys Racing Stables in Missouri. On the other side of the racetrack, though, closest to the camera, and the Outlaw Ford. He'll start things off in qualifying. A rather rough ride to start things out. The elapsed time, 2.47 seconds for the Outlaw Ford. And that'll be a number to shoot at for the Chevrolet that is waiting patiently in the far lane. Green staged up, waiting for the green light. Carries the front wheels and keeps her low to the ground as expected, knocking down a finish line pole, but it won't affect his 2.75 second elapsed time. That means with the first pair of machines completing their qualifying efforts, Ford leads the way with Chevrolet picking up the rear. Out of Granite City, Illinois, it's Jack Willman Jr. and the awesome Taurus. But take a look in the far lane. In his first ever New England appearance on the Camel Championship Trail, it's the one and only Gravedigger. But right now, it's Taurus leaving the line. And surprisingly, Willman keeps it low to the ground. The elapsed time for the purple Chevrolet, 2.41 seconds. And that'll give him the #1 qualifying spot for the Chevrolet fans. Willman, a rather conservative approach. He's usually one to put these things sky high, but here's a guy that'll head for the moon. Dennis Anderson, the North Carolina killer in the 1950 Chevrolet, known as Gravedigger. The elapsed time for the green Chevrolet, 2.53 seconds, and that will end up placing him in the program in the #3 qualifying spot. But on the starting line next, it's another Ford and Chevy pair. In the near lane, it'll be Rob Fuchs and the incredible First Blood Ford. Lines up alongside John Breen's Micro Machine Chevrolet. Unbelievable airborne leap. That's the other way to cover this course, and look at the time. 2.32 seconds will take the pole for the First Blood Ford, and the Ford fans are loving it. John Breen now knows what he has to better to take the pole over the Micro Machine Chevrolet. And Breen goes the airborne route, but actually slammed the nose down hard. That may hurt him. The mark to beat, 2.32 seconds. Breen in the Chevrolet records an elapsed time of 2.26 seconds. The Bigfoot Ford in the right-hand lane lines up alongside the defending Camel USHRA Association World Champ, Fred Schaefer, and the Barefoot Chevrolet, sponsored by Tonka Toys. Schaefer certainly would like nothing more than to take the lead back again. John Breen putting down a 2.26 in this qualifying round. An incredible leap by Schaefer on the nose in the shutdown, 2:13. And the world champ comes back to take the pole again. Now it's up to Jim Kramer and the Bigfoot Ford to take it back from the Chevrolet. And everybody knows about the incredible rivalry between the Bigfoot Ford and Fred Schaefer's Chevy. An awesome run on the nose for Kramer. Look at the numbers. Bigfoot on the final qualifying run comes back to lead the field at 2.09 seconds. What a war this will now present in eliminations, with Kramer leading the field and Fred Schaefer number 2 right behind him. We're back at the Centrum in Worcester, Massachusetts, and qualifying is complete. It's now time to start side-by-side monster truck elimination action. The very first pair up brings the number 1 versus number 5 qualifiers to the line, with Jim Kramer and the world-renowned Bigfoot Ford taking on the Chevrolet that finished number 2 in the world last year, Jack Wilbin's awesome Taurus. These were 2 of the machines that waged war in that incredible qualifying round, with Bigfoot coming out on top at 2.09 seconds. Both machines staged up. The whole shot goes to Taurus, but something goes wrong for the purple Chevrolet. And Jim Kramer, with a less than perfect run for Bigfoot itself, makes it into the semifinal round. You can see a rather strange landing for Kramer as the big blue Ford got a little sideways down near the finish line. But the big problem came from the purple Chevrolet right off the starting line. Something goes away in the drivetrain, most likely something in the transmission. And Jack Wilbin and Taurus are history. The truck that has become easily one of the most popular in the history of this form of motorsports. In the near lane, a crowd favorite, surprisingly in the underdog position. Although he only qualified number 7, Dennis Anderson and the Gravedigger 1950 Chevrolet has the crowd behind him wherever he runs. John Breed, in the meantime, driving the Breen Brothers flagship, the Micro Machines Chevrolet, qualified number 3 in this field at 2:26. Anderson has got to surprise Breed on the starting line to make this stick. The whole shot goes to Gravedigger, and by nearly a full truck length advantage, Anderson comes from the number 7 qualifying spot to gain a semifinal round berth. The crowd can't believe it, but certainly neither can this man. John Breen looks so strong in qualifying and now gets upset in the opening round of competition. Ken Deppy in the Whiskey Business Chevrolet now pulls out the number 8 qualifier in this 8-truck field. He will take on the youngster who has dominated U.S. Harvard Association monster truck action so far this year, Rob Fusion, the home-built, unsponsored First Blood Ford. Deppy, despite his newcomer status, has proven at previous U.S. Harvard Association events that his ability to leave the starting line on time is right there with the best drivers in this form of motorsports. And now both trucks are ready for the green light start. Shot goes to Deppy, but the Whiskey Business Chevrolet loses power very quickly, and Rob Hughes uses the brute horsepower of the First Blood Ford to move into the semifinal round. That will leave us with one final pair in this first round of competition, and it will feature the reigning U.S. Harvard Association Camel Monster Truck World Champion, Fred Schaefer's incredible barefoot Chevrolet from Granite City, Illinois, lining up alongside Mike Wine and the Jersey Outlaw. The big blue Chevrolet that could well be the most feared monster truck in the sport today. But one thing's for sure, anybody that lines up alongside Fred Schaefer has to remember that they are facing what is easily the most powerful monster truck ever built. Now, finally, the Ford is on the starting line. And Schaefer handles the New Jersey Ford Pilot easily, annihilating the Outlaw machine. Even though it appeared that Mike Wine had a slight starting line hole shot, one would have to figure with the advantage that Fred Schaefer had, he was possibly waiting to allow his opponent to leave first keeping from red lighting and throwing away what appeared to be a sure victory. So Fred Schaefer goes into the semifinal round, but the fans know that they have some of the greatest matches yet coming up in round number 2. How about Bigfoot versus Gravedigger?